To speak more on this, I've been joined by Major Mohommed Ali Shah. And Major Shah, let's take this conversation forward. How do you view these developments? What should be the outlook of people on this situation, wherein this mall has now rammed up into a controversy in terms of religious prayers?
Riyanka, I think there's a time and place for everything. That is my personal take, if you ask me. And I think a religion is actually a person's very, very personal matter. And they are specific places designed and designated for offering prayers. And, for example, a mosque or a temple, that is a place of worship. So you have to go there. Well, if you are so particular about your prayer, you have to, in the will and the way, you have to find a way and means to reach your place of worship on time so that you can offer your prayer. But now again, having said that, well, I believe that if the intention is very important. If the intent was, okay, there was no time, you offered a prayer, a small group, without disturbing anybody. It's not namaz or Hanuman Chalisa or a sermon, it can be anything. If the intent was there, it should be respected of anyone's faith. But if the intent is to confront, just because someone read Hanuman Chalisa, just because someone read a part of Ramayana, so I will challenge them and I will read namaz and I will show them, let me see what anyone can do. That is wrong. So, or if someone reads namaz out of a good intent and someone says, okay, I will challenge them, I will confront them. Confrontation is wrong, basically. But if you are reading Hanuman Chalisa, if you are reading Ramayana, out of your own personal faith, not out of confrontation. When it becomes confrontation, it is not faith. Thereafter, it is showing something which you do not believe in. It becomes something which is not part of your faith, because religion is something. There are two things. Religion and patriotism is not to be worn on your sleeves. It's to be felt and to be believed in. So, as I say, deen mein daadi hai, daadi mein deen nahi. So, it is, you cannot look pious externally and show the world that you're very pious, but internally you're a good human being. So, and if a religious prayer of any faith is disturbing people around you, it must be respected that you must not indulge in religious activities because it's disturbing other people. Like, I'm a Muslim. I strongly believe only when I respect the community which is not Muslim, the other communities, will those communities give my community and me respect. But if I do not respect other communities, I cannot expect respect back. I would be paid in the same coin, absolutely. But now, again, having said that, so it should be done in your home, or in a mosque, or in a temple, or in a church, or in a gurdwara, wherever you wish to practice it. But if at all someone has practiced it in a public place with a good intent, I think it is only prudent to look over it and to look to just, as long as it's not disturbing anybody. But if it is if the intent is to disturb or to confront or to create a problem, then there is a problem, I see that, Riyanka.
Definitely, Major Shah, generalizing the whole incident and noting the past, few days we have been seeing that religion has been targeted somewhere. I mean, lots of incidents have taken place like these. What do you think should be a common way of dealing with such issues and not just making a controversy?
See, earlier the boards were not placed in the mall that, religious activities would not be allowed here. But had it been me, I would not have gone to I'm talking about me personally. I would not have gone to a public place to, offer my prayer, because God is there everywhere. It's there in your mind. It's there. God is present everywhere. It's the intent at the end of the day. So, but now when a placard has been placed, a board has been placed, that should be honored completely. And at the end of the day, if you perceive an activity to be wrong, and you say, okay, I will challenge it, I will confront it, and I will do similar activity, then two wrongs do not make a right, irrespective of whichever faith, whichever caste, whichever community, whichever practice one belongs to. So when it becomes a confrontation, then it's wrong. And now the course of action is, well, the boards have been put. The police did detain somebody from the the Hindu Samaj community who was there to offer their praise in a way, but it was a confronting way perhaps thereafter. But if that would have been further been confronted by somebody praying namaz, okay, I will confront it. That would be wrong. Like for example, if you ask me personally, I feel loudspeakers, because they are a disturbance. Loudspeakers in any place of worship, be it a mosque, be it a temple, anywhere, should not be allowed. Earlier I was of the feeling that, okay, probably a lower decibel could be controlled, but how do we actually put the barometer? How do we put the control over it? So I think, since it's a very personal matter, it's a personal faith, loudspeakers cause disturbance because people get disturbed. It ultimately comes down to noise pollution to a lot of people. So loudspeakers in any place of worship, irrespective, should be closed because it creates a problem. But if it's a silent prayer and you are doing it without disturbing anybody, firstly, it should not be done in a public place itself. Do it privately. But if you have done it with a good intent, if my brother who is from the Hindu faith or Sikh faith or Christian faith is praying without the intent that he's trying to confront me or challenge me or show me, then of course I will respect that. In fact, you would face affirmative action. On the contrary, but if he is praying just for confronting me, even then I will try my best to actually usko nazarandaz kar do main. But then if it gets confrontational, that is dangerous. And you are right, this Hindu-Muslim thing is getting too far. I mean, too far. You know, Riyanka, I'll quickly conclude by saying, the regiment I belong to, the regiment of artillery, the training center is in Nasik. And something very, very beautiful, just when I was inducted into the army, I saw at one square at the artillery center, there's a temple, there's a mosque, there's a gurdwara, there's a church. All neighbors, all coexisting together and very well. And all four of them contribute to help each other up. And that is why in the army we follow only one religion, which is the Indian Army, which is a country, which is a nation comes first, always and every time. I have never felt ever discriminated in the army. My father rose up to be the deputy chief of the army. He never felt discriminated in the army. So why cannot the nation learn from a fine organization like Indian Army, which is completely secular, fair, clean, apolitical? Why can't we? We are a silent bowl nation. We are not a melting pot where we get touchy over small things and yet, okay, and let me tell you this whole term about Islamophobia. Islamophobia, the extremists, people from the Islam faith, the extremists like Osama bin Laden, on 1st September, the 26/11 attacks, what happened in Udaipur, deeply condemnable, highly condemnable. Islamophobia comes from there. Today when a person feels skeptical, seeing a person in a beard or a skull cap, who is responsible? It is the extremists. Actually the Muslim community should come together and condemn them loud and clear, so that a message goes home that listen, Muslim community is not like that. Muslim community rebukes it, they condemn it, otherwise a wrong signal goes. Now in Lulu Mall, where about 70% of the staff is from the minority, from the Muslim faith, and it's a very sensitive time. People get very touchy on the religious issues. One should be extra careful that communal tensions are not flared up, so that we can live maturely and we can coexist as responsible citizens of our country, Riyanka.
Well, definitely, Major Shah, thank you for your words there for coexistence and living together and not making it a controversy.